What's up, YouTube? Man, every year I like to make myself better. And today, in this video, I want to share with you my biggest lesson of growth in the entire year. And hopefully this resonates with some of you people, because this thing just is like an anchor and it keeps you in the bottom of the ocean and all you're looking to do is rise. The thing that I'm working on is the negative impact of being a lone wolf. Let me explain this to you. What is a lone wolf? A lone wolf is someone in business or otherwise is trying to do everything by themselves. They're trying to take on the weight of the world by themselves. And I kind of understand why you're a lone wolf, just like how let's do it this way. Let me share with you why I was a lone wolf. And remember, I'm saying this in a healed state. I am talking about this, and I'm prefacing this is because this is no longer my story. I cannot have this as my story. So I'm in a healed state telling you what I caught, the things that creep up that made me not as successful as I should have been. Okay? In growth, I mean. This has nothing to do with business. And the more you grow, the more you are successful in business. So let me share with you my story. And it's no longer the story that affects me. I'm saying this more for myself and not you. Your words are very powerful. So I'm prefacing why I'm saying this story, because I don't want to verbalize it, even though it is for camera. I don't want my subconscious mind to think that this is my reality anymore. So subconscious mind, I'm good. I'm healed. I am sharing a story. Cool? All right. So that's me programming my mind. So let me tell you where it came from. So immigrant family, parents came here from another country, even though our forefathers have been here for over 100 years now, but still, they came here, they were working in the factory. They're working in the factory. They don't know, well, they learn the language, but they don't know the culture. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. Just like how if you are here and you're born here, like I'm born here, you understand. My kids, they don't stand a chance. I know everything that's going to go on. My parents did not have that luxury because they never were brought up here. So I had to go and figure out a lot of things on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I go to school, I had to figure that out on my own. Nobody could help me in my homework because my parents never did that homework. Like my kids, I can help them in their homework because I went through that. I read that Shakespeare book that they're reading. You know what I'm saying? I did that fractions in math. I've done it. Remember science? When you had to do like with the beaker and all that stuff? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, but you know what I'm saying. We did those science experiments, and the same one, I did a volcano with baking soda and vinegar and it erupts. Yeah, I told them to make that the first time. And I told them to make it that the second time. They say, no, that's horrible. That is so old school. There's robotics now and all that stuff. Point of this is we can help our children, but who's going to help us? That's the thought pattern of a lone wolf. A lone wolf has this inner pity, if you will. It's inner pity that they feel sorry for themselves, because if they can only have somebody that can help them. If I had a rich father, or if I had a mentor, or if somebody from the spirit world can wrap their wings around me and take me where I need to be, because inside I know I have all this potential. But every time I'm getting ahead, I just get pulled back down. If I just had a head start, I'd be around friends, man. I'd be around friends, people that I know that had a head start. And I'm not saying I would get jealous or envy of them, because I'm happy for people in general. But I always thought, man, hey, man, I wish I had that. Not in a place of hate, just factual. I'm like, yo, if I had, because I seen a lot of these guys blowing that away. They didn't even take their head start to a next level. And I was like, in my head, man, I'm like, if I had that head start, if someone in my family had a business, I would take that to the next level. Because I knew I had that fire. I knew I had that grit. I knew I was going to be great. So I started rolling. What do I mean by I started rolling? I started doing things that even impressed me. But I couldn't get ahead in the beginning because I was coming from such low ground that like even making some money, it wasn't enough to do all the things I wanted to do. It was just enough to live in a better place. So I had to keep grinding. So what happens to a lone wolf is they build this mental thought process of like, hey, if anything's going to get done, I have to do it with my own two hands. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. That'll only take you so far. That'll maybe even get you very successful, but you still won't hit your potential until you start doing things in a squad. Here I am today telling you and sharing with you that I will try my best to never do anything by myself anymore. I need to be surrounded by like-minded people. Now, those people were hard to find, so I'm going to give you some credit. I'm going to give myself some credit. A lot of the reasons I was a lone wolf is because the people around me were jackasses, man. Love them, hate them. They were jackasses. Meaning they couldn't even help me if I wanted help, man. They didn't understand. I'm getting phone calls from people that I went to high school with. They're collect calls because they're sitting in jail. I'm getting calls at midnight from my friends that are pissed drunk. So I'm sleeping and I'm like, okay, hopefully nothing happened to these people. So I would call them in the morning and they would see at least I called them back. But their disease, alcoholism, got so bad over the years that when I would call them back in the morning, 6, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., they're still drinking, man. They're still drugging. How are they going to take me where I want to go? I love them. I have a lot of love for these people. I'm not talking bad about them. I love them. But love is not enough. I got to also love myself. So in order for me to go where I want to go, these people cannot teach me where I want to go. They'll teach me loyalty. They'll teach me, fun. They'll teach me people that had my back. Whoa, some of them. But they're not going to teach me business. They're going to teach me scalability. They're not going to teach me how to speak in public. They're not going to teach me about growth. They're not going to teach me about tracking. They're not going to teach me about anything when it comes to building a business or building a brand. So here I am. I got big shoulders, man. I'm going to pull that boat by myself. Lone wolf have so much heart. So if you're a lone wolf, I'm going to give you some credit. You have heart, man. When you listen to Eye of the Tiger, when you hear that Rocky theme track, you get pumped. When you watch movies and something hits home, especially the underdog story, you might even cry. Because lone wolves have heart. Lone wolves in the right setting, they become lions, man. They become absolute ferocious tigers, lions, king of the jungle. You have everything in your ability to become a king, not just a king or a queen, but the king of kings and the queen of queens. Because you did it on your own, but now you have to make a little adjustment. And that adjustment is this. What got you here will not get you there. It'll get you success, but you need to hang out with people that are doing bigger things than you are. Get into that room, add your value. A lone wolf is always going to add their value. You don't know how to take freebies anyway. So you're not going to start now. So you're always going to give. If you're a giver and it's hard for you to take, you're probably a lone wolf. You're always going to bring more to the table. Believe in yourself. But here's the key. The key is the recruitment process of the room that you're going to go in. Because if you're a lone wolf, you're probably loyal. Loyalty's scarred in your DNA. If you cut yourself and you bleed, it's probably bleeding loyalty, man. I get you. I understand. But a loyal person in the wrong room is just an idiot. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're currently in the wrong room, I'm talking to you. Get out. Get out. Make an excuse. Do whatever you need to do. Get out. Don't show up. Get out. Because a loyal person in the wrong room, that is a recipe for disaster, because you cannot help being loyal. So all you can do is get into the right room, because your loyalty in the right room is now an asset and not a liability. An asset, not a liability. Surround yourself with people that are going to elevate you. You're done. You did it. Elevating everybody else. Man, I found the yellow brick road, man. Guys, I found the yellow brick road. Come follow me. And they're not listening because they don't have it. They don't have it. Think about your favorite professional athlete. Put that person in your head. Do you not think that they wanted their friends or their siblings to be with them? Don't you think they probably said, hey, come with me? But they're not the chosen one. You are. You're the chosen one. The chosen one's biggest journey is to find other chosen ones. So let's say that NBA athlete that one day was going to be in the NBA, they've got to elevate their game. They're kicking ass in high school. They can't keep playing high school. They got to get in D1 or some people go straight to the NBA. The point is, you got to elevate your game. You got to surround yourself with warriors. You got to surround yourself with guys that are going to like iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? Also, here's another big point with lone wolves, a con. You shelter yourself from being a student, because if you're in the wrong room and you're doing things on yourself, you're usually the teacher. You're usually the coach. You're usually leading the ship, steering it. You're the captain. You're in the wrong room then. And yeah, leaders have to be in that room, of course, but they also have to take a percentage of their time and be in a room where they're a student. Be in a room where people are so elevated that you are just listening. Because in the jungle, the pack survives and the lone wolf dies. Let that sink in. The pack survives, but the lone wolf dies. So if you don't have a strong pack, if you don't have a strong pride, you're done. You're going to get smashed. You're going to get smashed. So what got you here will not get you there. And one of the things that you learn in business, that you learn in life, that proximity is power. Proximity is power if you're around the people that are powerful. Proximity can be weakness if you're around the people that are weak. You know? Think about it. If you're around weak people, you're going to be the next weak person. If you're around powerful people, you will be the next powerful person. proximity is power or it's weakness, depending on which room you're in. Man, we go through these journeys, right? We try to be the best version of ourselves. We all want that. But this lone wolf mentality, it's not going to get you there. It'll get you far. You might be the fastest one to the 50-meter mark. But it's a 100-meter race, y'all. You're only halfway there. Who cares if you got there the fastest? We got to go all the way. And a lot of lone wolves are top 1%ers. A lot of you guys are feeling lonely. You're feeling lost. I get you. If you're single, it's hard for you to find relationships. If you're a single, successful, beautiful woman, it's hard for you to find an equal partner or someone that's even close, or vice versa. If you're a successful man that's worked on yourself, that you're leading from contribution, that you're into self-development, and you're going on these dates off of Tinder, and you end up being this person's therapist. I've been there. It's a lonely place. Like the old saying goes, man, it's lonely at the top. So the loneliness does not last forever, but you got to make it a point. You got to make it an intention to the universe. In order for the universe to fill your cup with like-minded people, here's how you get there. You got to empty your cup with all the bullshit people. And now you have room in your cup. Because if your cup's full, where's God going to pour into? It's full. There's no room, Rick. You got to empty your cup. All right, Lord, I'll empty my cup. So I empty my cup. And during that emptiness phase, there's loneliness. And here's what's crazy. In that loneliness, you start thriving. You get in better shape. You notice that? You start making more money. It's because you got rid of the anchors. So your lone wolf mentality starts thinking, hey, this is the way to be. I'm going to do it on my own, man. I love this shit. But we haven't seen the other side. So in that loneliness, don't get used to it because somebody wants to pour in that cup. So be open to receiving. And when you're open to receiving, you are going to magnetize beautiful relationships in your life. Hanging out with other top 1%ers in relationships, in business, in sports, whatever you're into, man. And then, and only then, will you get to where you actually need, because you are meant to be a conduit. You are meant to be a vessel for people to see. When you become the best version of yourself, you are going to inspire and lead others to be the best versions of themselves. That's called light work. That's what we're here to do. That's the real goal. But in order for you to become light, you have to be around other people that have that same aura. Because together, you're strong. Man, thank you guys for listening to this video. I can go on and on. I have absolutely probably no notes on this. I have like 2 lines written here and I didn't even use them. I read them. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. This was all from right here. I understand you. I am you. And all I can tell you is surround yourself with people that are like-minded. And if you say I can't find them, that means you're in that stage where you emptied your cup. If you're in that stage where you're like, oh my God, I'm hanging around with people that are bringing me down, your job is to empty that cup. But if you're in that lone wolf and you're thriving, what you need to do is be patient, look for the signs, look for the clues of the people that are wanting to come into your life and allow them in. Let them help. It's okay to get help, young Rick. I'm talking to my little Rick, because in my body there's big Rick and then there's little Rick. Little Rick is the guy that had to figure out everything themselves. Now Big Rick talks to Little Rick and says, yo, I got you, bro. Don't be scared. Let's go into these rooms, man. We fit in. They're like us. Feels good when you find your tribe. Thank you for watching the video. Follow these steps. Watch the channel. And we will all go from lost to legendary. See you on the next one.